All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this video by giving the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Racha, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the Lord's elect, beginning with the 144,000. This is a Ratazah from the Great Millstone GMS Atlanta camp. All right, back with another quick video this morning. Just wanted to hit this recent story. I believe that actually broke yesterday, dealing with Joe Biden and Ukraine. As you see the title of this article, I have from Newsweek. It says Joe Biden's Ukraine missile plan risk World War III, Russian lawmaker. All right, and yeah, you saw that World War III was trending on social media yesterday once again. You know, it was basically due to this news that broke about Joe Biden giving Ukraine the green light to use missiles on Russia. Right, we know that Russia and Ukraine is at war right now, and people fear that World War III is going to happen, which it is going to happen because it's biblical prophecy. But we know, we have a level of understanding with the prophecies. We know that certain other prophecies have to come to pass first, all right, prior to World War III actually taking place, what is actually missile fire. Okay, and basically one of the major prophecies that have to take place is the MOTB, or as we know is to be the mark of the beast, which is the RFID implantable device. All right, we'll just say it like that. So in various other prophecies, which is it's not many left, but the Bible deals with a certain level of chronological order. All right, but there's one thing I kept seeing yesterday, and I'm reading these different articles and looking at different posts, and they keep mentioning the word threat. Oh my God, this is a threat of World War III, threat this, threat that. It's a risk, as you see in the title of this article. And I just kept thinking to myself, well, eventually, all of these threats and risk, all right, eventually is going to be the reality. All right, at some point, there's not going to be a risk no more. It's not going to be a threat. It's going to be actually happening. Okay, where these nations are going to launch missiles on America, which is Babylon the Great. All right, excuse me. It's Babylon the Great when you read the Bible. So eventually, these threats and these risks and these these taunts, or as the Lord prophesied, wars and rumors of wars. Eventually, it's going to manifest into it's going to manifest into actually happening, man. So this is just read a little bit of this. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Probably just this one section right here, and we'll go ahead and close out with some precepts. It says a Russian lawmaker has warned that outgoing President Joe Biden is risking the outbreak of a third world war by allowing Ukraine to use U.S.-made weapons to strike deep into Russia. See that? So eventually, these, as I just stated, these risks, okay, Joe Biden is risking the outbreak of a third world war. Well, eventually, it's not going to be a risk no more. It's going to be actually happening, man. All right. It says Biden has authorized Ukraine to deploy, it says ATA CMS rockets capable of hitting targets up to 190 miles away, according to reports of the New York Times and the Washington Post. It says, quote, these guys, Biden's administration is trying to escalate the situation to the maximum while they still have power and are still in office, end quote, Russian lawmaker Maria Butina said on Monday. It says, quote, I have a great hope that Donald Trump will overcome this decision if this has been made because they are seriously risking the start of World War III, which is not in anybody's interest, end quote, she told Reuters. Well, it's definitely in our interests, all right, the prophets, the men of the Lord, those that believe in the scriptures, believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, which is the Heavenly Father and the Son, their true names, because we understand that World War III is going to bring was going to usher in a new kingdom. Okay, in which we do lessons and videos on that all the time about how we seek a what is it? We look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, and we know that this current world that we're in, that's ruled and dominated by Esau, the Edomites, which is so-called white people, the white man, is going to come down by the way of war, violence. So this is definitely in our interest, but we know we have to be patient and wait out and look for the other prophecies. But it is going to come, all right, and then from there, like I said, the article goes on, but that pretty much was the main point, all right. Um, let's see, a couple scriptures just came to mind. I think that's Habakkuk 2 that popped up first. Habakkuk 2 and all right, yeah, 2 and 3. Let's get to the point. All right, it's Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Right? The vision represents the prophecies. So there's particular prophecies that have been appointed at a particular time in which the Heavenly Father is going to allow it to come to pass. So everything is on the Most High's clock, so to speak. And though it feels like it's taking a long time, all right, because the Heavenly Father deals with a level of gradualism. Though it's gradually, going by, it's eventually it's going to happen. It's not going to tarry much longer. As I mentioned in the title of this video, threats or risk will soon become a reality. So we're not going to be reading these articles no more. Oh my God, Biden threatened this and Putin threatened that. Putin, nah. Eventually, all right, there's going to be missile fire, and it's a wrap after that. So the vision is not going to tarry at that point because it's going to be actually happening. All right, and it says, yeah, that's the point. All right, and it goes into going and talking about the wicked. Let's get another one. Isaiah 42 and I believe it was 42 and 9. Right, I'm just going off top of the dome. As Isaiah 42 and 9, it says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them," which is essentially the essence or the root of what a prophecy is. All right, to say before. Okay, and World War III was something that was spoken of in the times of old. They were written about in these scriptures. And now we're in a time where these things are manifesting. It's coming to pass now. And we're telling these people, all right, or, those of you out there that just so happen to stumble across our videos, we're telling you that we've been telling you that World War III is going to happen from the apostles on down, and even their teachers, all right, their elders, going back to the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, and so forth. This word's been going out, and people are starting to realize that the Hebrew Israelites, for the most part, the Hebrew Israelites been warning us about these things. Now it's happening. All right. So that's the essence of a prophet, is we have the foresight to see and know what's going to happen. And we've been telling you that, look, these nations, they're gearing up for war. All right. It's Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay. Joel chapter 3. Excuse me. In verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles." All right, these Gentiles are the natural Gentiles, meaning the other nations. It says what? "Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up." And that's what you see happening. War is being prepared. The mighty men, the troops, the armies, the different militaries, they're all being gathered to go to battle. Verse 10, it says, "Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. let the weak say I'm strong, meaning that they're going to basically take all of their money out of the agriculture and all that, because these are tools for like farming, plowshares and pruning hooks. They're going to take all of their resources and put it into their military, swords and spears. All right, this is basically weapons. And this is what? Let the weak say I'm strong. Weak nations at one point that were considered weak, now they got missiles now. All right. And pretty much everybody's armed to, go to war. All right. Verse 11, it says, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, that the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, which basically means the place of the Most High's judgment. This is, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about, which is particular over there in the Middle East. All right, this is, put ye in a sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come ye, come get you down, for the press is full, the fast overflow, for the wickedness is great. Meaning that what? It's time for judgment. All right, wickedness has taken root in the earth, it's spread throughout. All right, so we at that time we've basically reached the limit of wickedness. So now it's time for the Most High to bring down his judgment. And it says, verse 14, multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision, right? And that day is approaching. Okay, so the Lord is getting these troops and so forth, getting them prepared for war. Excuse me. He's gathering them all in that particular region to what? Bring judgment upon them in this coming Third World War. All right, which is going to be by the way of fire. All right, we know this as Isaiah 9:5. All right, we'll get a couple more. Okay, it's Isaiah 9:5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. All right, wars in the past were fought more hand-to-hand combat. They were in a close proximity. All right, hence why they would use swords and spears. All right, and then too, they also would use like a long range weapon, like a bow and arrow. For the most part, it was it was used in close proximity to your enemy. But what? In this time, it's going to be with burning and fuel of fire, meaning what? The nuclear missiles. Okay, the nuclear missiles are going to be used. All right, as far as in these times, man, for this coming war. And again, just to harp back to the point or the topic. All right, it's not going to be any more threats very soon. It's going to be actually going down, man. All right, this is just jumping ahead. This is Revelations 11. I think it's 11 and 14. All right, matter of fact, let's start at 12. Right, it's Revelations 11 and 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Now, what is this referring to in this verse? Revelations 11 and 12. This is an end time prophecy. This is after, or I should say, this is during World War III. All right, when the which I went into that in my prior video. Brothers do videos on this topic all the time. All right, about the coming of the Lord with the angels, with the so-called UFOs, which is what the cloud is referring to in this verse. All right, how the elect of Israel, which is you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, are going to be delivered from the four corners of the earth. All right, and really primarily here in America, to escape the fire, which is going to come by the way of the missiles. So different Israelites are going to be getting beamed up. All right, as it says, into a cloud, which is one big UFO, to save them out of destruction. And what the enemies, right, those that's going to be left here that's going to be left here in America are going to be looking up, seeing the elect get beamed up. All right, and this is going to be simultaneously when the missiles are launched. because it goes into in the next verse 13. And in the same hour, there was a great earthquake. All right, the earthquake is talking about the nuclear destruction. When the nukes hit, it's going to cause the earth to shake. Okay, it says in the 10th part of the city fell. The city is referring to America, and the reason why it mentions it's divided into 10 parts is because America is divided into 10 FEMA regions. All right, you look up, just go to Google images, type in type in USA FEMA regions, and America is divided into 10 parts. So all of America is going to fall. Okay, and it's coming Third World War. It says, and an earthquake was slain of men, 7,000, which 7 represents a complete number. All right, so 7,000 could be 20 million, 100 million, or however much. Okay, it says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. And then it says, here's the point: the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. See that? What's the second woe? Second woe is World War II, but this coming woe is coming quickly, which will be what? World War III. Okay, this is what everything is amounting to and building up to. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave it off there. All right, I can get more scriptures, but that was the main point. All right, yeah, man. So pretty soon, all right, we ain't these articles ain't gonna be dropping no more because we're actually gonna be living. We're actually gonna be living it. We're gonna actually see. We're gonna actually turn the news. It's it's breaking news. We just got word that Russia, that Vladimir Putin or whoever is in office at that time, which I think is going to be him. I don't see why it would be somebody else, but anyway, the Lord do what He want to do. But hey, we got breaking news: Vladimir Putin, this leader, that leader, this nation, they're going to follow suit. They've decided that they've launched missiles on America. You're right. We got you probably got about 30 minutes. God, how they going to say? God bless you all. God bless America, and the news gonna cut off, man. That's what's gonna happen. All right, this is how you see in those end time movies. Whenever there's like a nuclear attack, the damn newscaster get on there, But that's gonna happen, man. It's prophecy. All right, so with that, all right, I'll leave it off there. Giving praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak Wadash. And Lord willingly, to the next video, I'm going to say Shalom.